We take a look at Backstage reaction to the CM Punk promo on Collision. Elsewhere, could CM Punk be appearing on Dynamite? We have an update on that as well. And a major WWE star has made their in-ring return. More on that later on. Hello everybody, Jack and Andrew here with the wrestling news.
It's different on a Monday, isn't it?
Oh, it's a bit different.
A bit of a shake-up here.
We've got to talk about Philip.
We do.
Philip
Brooks.
CM Punk. There was obviously the debut edition of AEW Collision this past weekend. CM Punk opened the show and closed it in that 6-man tag as well. But the talking point was the promo at the start of the show where I think the most notable line was probably where he referred to himself or said that the head of Warner Brothers refers to, he says, he calls me One Bill Phil and I'm the only real one in a world of counterfeit bucks. Because the young, but right. So I'm sure you've heard that already, but there's been a bit of reaction to that backstage as well. First of all, Andrew, the Wrestling Observer have said something about this.
They have, yes. So they said regarding Punk's interview, the key comment was the saying David Zaslav, calling him One Bill Phil and a reference to the counterfeit books. That line was approved by management.
Wow. Okay.
Go on. Sorry.
Apparently they go on to say the One Bill Phil line was taken by many, this is presumably many in AEW, as a reference to the supposed $1 billion AEW deal that they were supposed to be getting in a new 5-year contract with Warner Brothers Discovery. So that would be where Bill came from. I know me and you both thought that it was an insult when he said that. He calls me One Bill Phil.
Like a dollar bill.
I thought he doesn't draw, he draws a dollar.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought as well.
But no, they're taking it, at least in AEW it seems backstage, to mean a billion for fillion. Yes.
As we were saying.
I'm a fillionaire and all. It's been a great day in the work chat.
It's been a fantastic morning.
It really has. Also, the Bucks, you might have noticed, changed their bio on Twitter. They often do to be sneaky boys.
They do.
This time they said, what did they say? Something along the lines of, I'm sure we'll be able to throw up an image of it on the screen there. And then they've been all cheeky about it there. So we'd have already had
it. They seemed all right about it.
Yeah,
basically.
Along the lines of like, if this had happened in 2018, we'd already have a t-shirt out there on Pro Wrestling Tees. Could CM Punk though, because obviously the Dynamite is the Bucks domain, and Collision is the Punk Zone. You see me do a power chord there. It's the Punk Zone. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So could CM Punk, though, cross the line and appear on Dynamite this week? Fightful Select have reported on that.
Yeah, they have. So Fightful Select, as he said, as expected, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega were not in Chicago for Collision on June 17th. However, we've heard they might not be in Chicago at all, and that includes this week's AEW Dynamite at Wintrust Arena. We're told that there were pre-tapes done to progress some of their angles, but that there's a good chance they're not in the arena.
Now, a possible reason for that apparently is that CM Punk could be showing up on Dynamite instead, although he hasn't been officially announced. But as of this weekend, some close to Punk claim that he was planned for this June 21st show.
And I think it makes sense to build off the momentum that CM Punk's
keep it going.
Get him on there. I think it'd be good. Maybe if it's not officially announced as well, it's a nice little surprise for people too, isn't it? That he does show up, which could be a good thing for AEW.
And I think as well, this would make sense in that Tony Khan was keen to stress that there's no like hard roster split.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that was to avoid being called out when situations like this arise, where someone might just have a little gander over to the other brand, or other show, and no one has to go, but the brand split, because it's a soft
thing, isn't it?
It's a soft split. Kevin Kelly is the lead announcer for AEW Collision, which got a very positive reception. I think when that was announced, everyone went, Kevin Kelly's pretty good.
Kevin Kelly.
I do as well. After he worked Collision on Saturday night, though, Dave Meltzer has offered an update on Kevin Kelly's future AEW plans. That made it sound like Meltzer had worked Collision. After Kevin Kelly worked Collision, Meltzer offered an update saying he's going to Japan from mid-July to mid-August, so he won't be around then. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is.
He's not going to be the full time, I guess.
No, but I do hope he stays on very much so with Collision. I thought he was great. I can't remember if it was like after the Punk promo or something, but he just went, "Damn, son!" And I was like, I enjoyed that. A little bit of comedy there from Kevin Kelly.
Meltzer went on to explain that because the majority of Kelly's New Japan commentary is done remotely, he'll be able to balance doing both New Japan and AEW, at least for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's really good then.
But I guess for the next, for July to mid-August. Is that the G1 Climax?
I think that's the G1, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So it makes sense that he'd be over there.
For the bigger shows, they often like to show commentary physically at the table, or there might be some interaction with... So I suppose for the bigger shows he's got to be there, but after that he'll presumably be free to come back and do a bit of Collision.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I hope he's there. He'll be there at Forbidden Door, won't he? You'd assume so.
He's good, Kevin Kelly, because he's got a bit of the JR about him in that he's now quite an iconic voice in wrestling. Commentary's been around for a long time, but also I think he's really good at kind of analyzing, getting the emotion of a match across without going too far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's a good storyteller through his commentary, just like JR as well.
Yes, although JR wasn't on his best form, it has to be said.
He wasn't.
On Saturday, he tweeted about this, saying, "I apologise for the way I sounded tonight. Going to step away to heel. Thanks for your support. However, there was a reason why he may have been kind of below par on Saturday, and it's hopefully one that he recovers quickly from."
Yeah, definitely. He so before Collision, JR shared a photo of him looking rough. He suffered a black eye from a fall the day of the show. There's no indication as well as to how long he was stepping away for, but I think, speak for all of us, like, just take the time that you need, JR, because it looked pretty brutal.
I know that a lot of people, would be keen to, if that had happened to them, they'd be keen to go, no, I'm good, I can still work, I can still do it. And so I don't blame him for thinking that.
Yeah.
But maybe now is a good time for him to have a bit of a chill.
Yeah, definitely. It's good as well that he's sort of conscious that maybe it affects how he is on commentary as well. And he doesn't want that to show through his work on commentary either.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to let anybody down.
Yes, right, so this is more AEW news, but I don't understand what the show is.
You know what the full Monty is?
Well, I know what the English Full Monty is. Stop it! It's a film about. Was a play originally? Was it?
Yes, I think it was a play, and then it was adapted into a film.
Some Northern English strippers, male strippers, who all get together to save the library or the church or the orphanage or something. One of the things. Now, it's from Yorkshire, where you're from, but I think it's South Yorkshire. Is it Sheffield?
I think it's Sheffield, yeah.
Is that the same Full Monty as the one on FX?
Yeah, so I think they've just adapted it into a series.
Is it American in that one?
I don't think so. If it is, then no.
I thought this was going to be a totally different thing. I thought it was going to be like a slick American action,
with
instead of
pulls the top
male
off
strippers,
and just got shotguns strapped to the chest.
I guess
Who knows?
so. But apparently, there's a bizarre. Anyway, if you watch that show, you may have noticed a bizarre AEW TV cameo because there is footage in the series in episode 2. Someone's yelling at the screen. Can I say that word?
Yeah, you're allowed to say that.
Bastard. And they're watching the wrestling, and the match itself is Darby Allin and Sting versus the Acclaimed.
I would have thought it would have been a bit better fitting if it had been Pac in the Kill the Bastard.
Oh, yes.
But there you go, half-naked men wrestling in the ring.
It's always odd when you see wrestling crop up in a non-wrestling... There's a clip I've seen shared from a program that I don't think I've ever watched before, so I can't tell you what it is. Apologies. If anyone knows which reference I'm making, please do leave it in the comment section, but I've only seen this one clip out of context. There's some sitcom, like a standard American sitcom setup, like The Big Bang Theory, and there's two characters who are talking about wrestling, and one of them is the third one's like, what are you guys talking about? And they're like, we're talking about Okada versus Tanahashi. And I was like, what? Yeah.
It's the GIF, the Leonardo DiCaprio one. Is it from Wolf of Wall Street, where you see something and you're like...
Yeah, it's that.
It's one of them when you see it happen on TV.
Isn't there a similar one that he does? It's also Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when him and Brad Pitt are watching his own film.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, there's two, isn't there?
I don't know.
Maybe it's that one.
Maybe it.
I feel like
Let us know in the comments down below.
Wall Street as well. Hey, I'm excited for that new Scorsese film, Andrew.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's going to be good. He's a good man.
Apparently it's long, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Let us know if you're excited for that, or let us know about the wrestling more predominantly in the comment section down below. Yeah. And don't worry, because we'll be back later on with more wrestling news as well.
Well, there's one last story here, Jack.
Oh, no.
So we'll keep going. I'll go into this. Look at this. A major WWE star has made their in-ring return.
It's a big one.
We were talking about this last week. Bobby Lashley has returned to in-ring action. He returned on Saturday night from Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio, at a WWE house show when he beat Karrion Kross. I thought it might have been on SmackDown, but here we are at a house show.
He hasn't been seen on telly since the May 12th episode of SmackDown. I'm so sorry.
It's all right,
that
Bobby
was
Lashley.
Legit. That was shoot.
So
that was
he's
a
back.
shoot mistake,
He's
brother.
back. Are you excited to see him back?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bobby back. He's one of those where there's been so much going on in terms of storylines like the Bloodline and stuff that I haven't overly noticed that he's been gone for too long. However, he is someone who I think always enhances the card when he's there.
I agree with you. Do you want to do the spiel now?
Whatever. Let us know. Comments below. Another news video later on today. Jack, Andrew.